morning and welcome to your Daily Game Face. I am Dr. Kim Lannon here this morning, a week out from the beautiful, stressful holiday of the year, and
back in studio.
Much
It's been a month.
I know, much to your surprise. Well, because I was sick and coughing and dying.
Yeah, it was to my surprise. But...
I walk in this morning and Lou's sitting there. Studio's nice and dark, and it's like he's looking at me like, "Who are you and why are you here?"
I misunderstood the schedule for this week.
We talked about starting early, and I'd be in person.
Well, I'm here early, so I got that part.
I know. Imagine if you were still home. I'd be like, "Lou, I'm in the studio."
I'm rarely late.
I know.
It's the way I don't miss that way.
But that's okay. So we are running a tad bit late because the studio had to be brought up to studio quality this morning since I'm not home with my Patriots and my teddy bear background.
Yep.
That teddy bear, by the way, people ask me, what is that teddy bear? That teddy bear was given to me about 6 years ago by a very long-term family client set that I've known forever. It's a Vermont teddy bear, and
nice.
And it's like one of the bigger ones they make, and it was a gift that they gave me for a variety of reasons, and
just being a family asset.
And right, and so it's the teddy bear that represents the hug of the therapy and the life coaching and all the things, and so it sort of fits in that room because those are the things that room that I do that podcast from, my podcast from, has lots of those things in it. Those are like that's in my office, and it has my things.
It's time for a Drake May jersey, isn't it?
I have a Drake May jersey and a football signed.
Do you?
I do.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Before he was even he was a Patriot, but he was not at the level he's at now in terms of popularity.
Well, yeah, that was like 3 weeks ago, but yeah.
I know. Well, this is I had it prior to that. So, and when I originally got the material, because of, my work with the Patriots, right? So when I originally got it, I'm like, who the heck is Drake? This is a long time. This was like almost a year ago.
Yep.
Like, I mean, I knew, but I was like, who's Drake May? Like, whatever. Yeah. But now it's like, well, yes. So yeah, you can see in the background my Tom Brady and all my rings, my Super Bowl rings, and all my, I don't have my Gronk up that you can see.
You have a Gronk too?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
And you don't see my Bill Belichick football that he signed for me, that he gave me 8 years ago.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. He signed it before the last Super Bowl they won, so I don't have that one on it because he put all the years on it.
We're going to do a Bill Jordan episode at some point.
Sure. Oh boy, right. I love it when people start calling me. It's like, really? But yeah, no, that room has a lot of, because it's my office, it has all my special things. There's special things all over the house in different spots, but that one has a plethora of things.
Nice.
Things that people have given me or the Patriots have given me, like those things the Patriots have given me.
Any Wicked stuff in there?
Well, yes, currently there's a ton of Wicked stuff because it's all getting wrapped for people, because I have a lot of Wicked fans in my life.
No, I mean like autographed or anything.
That would be in the newly renovating of a whole room that is now going to be a Wicked room. And I have my beautiful Wicked tree up.
A Wicked tree in a Wicked room?
I have a Wicked Christmas tree that I put up. This is going to stay up most of the year because it's not a Christmas tree. It's a Wicked tree. And flanking it on both sides currently are 4 signed Cynthia Erivo, in person, some that she sent me or her team sent me, and then 2 of them have her and Ariana.
Oh, nice.
Signed originals, flanking them. And who knows? Christmas isn't over yet, so I might get more. I mean, people just send me. They send me, so it's good.
Well, I know some good auction houses.
No, I don't. Oh, you mean to sell me stuff?
Not to sell.
Oh, I don't want
to sell stuff.
I don't want to sell anything. It's stuff that people are giving.
Fund your marathon run.
Okay, no. Funding my marathon run, which is a nice little segue there, is coming from all my lovely supporters, which all I need is 100 people to send me $100 today.
All right.
Right? Go to my link. Do you have my link, Lou?
I'm working on it.
Okay. So I need 100 of my closest besties on my podcast please, you can send anything you want, but $100 from 100 people would get me almost to the goal. And I really need that because it makes it so much easier for me to train, but also it goes to, an amazing cause. And it's part of my big philanthropy push for every year. This is the time of year. It's the New England Patriots Foundation. We give back to 25 charities in New England, all over New England every year. I'm a big part of giving $10,000 to $15,000 to one of the charities because of the 25 each of us get there. So I usually raise around $15,000. I have to raise 12.5 as a minimum this year. So I really need 125 people to pitch in. But I would be happy today if between now and New Year's, I could get 100 people to donate $100 or more each to my fund. And I am giving away giveaways and I am doing other things. So
Yep.
they get credited towards that so that when I actually set up that whole thing, because I'm a little early on giving the giveaways, but all of those will count not only towards giving, because that's the whole point, but I always give back to you. So please go to my link and please think of donating, even if you do $25, even if you do $50, but $100 times 100 people listening would get me there. And I would love to have that hit before. Now, I have a teammate who I've run with a couple times on my team. And I went in, I was so upset last week. And I don't think I told you this, Lou. I went in, not upset literally, but I was like floored because this happens at least every year with one person. She's done this. We always, as a team, all piecemeal of obviously our fundraising together. Some of us get it done faster. I'm usually done by before Super Bowl. Somebody donated a $25,000 anonymous gift to her.
Holy cow.
And I almost died.
Anonymous?
Uh-huh. Well, I'm sure she knows who it is,
Yeah.
but to the world in public, it's anonymous. So when I see her, I'm going to be like, girl, I'm imagining it was a company thing or maybe a very wealthy family member. I'm not sure. But when I saw $25,000, I was like, I work so hard at this to get $100 from people and let alone, $10 from people. And she's got it all done already. I'm like, I envy the running that she can do because the full-time job of that on top of fundraising, on top of working, on top of all the other things that I do. So
peace of mind.
It's peace of mind. So I'm asking for a Christmas present, a New Year's present from all of you. Help me out by reaching into your pockets because it's not for me to fill my pockets. It's to help homeless people and children and people who have disabilities and veterans and animals and women who are going back to work and men who are going back to work that have sort of been on, skid row, so to speak. And I mean, you name it, the charities every year are so amazing. We get 300 applications a year to go to it. And so they're always different. And you can go to the New England Patriots Foundation and look up the Myra Craft MVP awards, and you can see the post of a list of winners from each year, and you can look up their charities as well, so you see where your money's going to. But all I'm asking for is everyone give me a little Christmas present, please. It's not going to me, but it is. It helps me run. Yep. It helps me run, and it helps me help other people.
Well, Cynthia and Ariana would sign for you.
Cynthia and Ariana probably could pay for the next 500 years of me running the marathon. I doubt they're going to, but nonetheless,
I'll just sign something for you. Fund the charity.
Oh, yes. If people are, here's a deal. If somebody today gives me $1,000, I will get you something signed from both of them.
Oh, wow.
Today is what, the 17th of December?
Yeah.
I will make sure that within the next 30 days, I will have something for you signed. If you donate $1,000 today, I will get you something signed from Cynthia and Ariana Grande.
Nice.
There's the deal. If I get $1,000 in one donation, one person donating it, I'll get you that.
All right.
Today. It has to be today, though.
Okay.
Of course, I'll probably extend it. But nonetheless, today, if you do it today, I will guarantee I will get you something. How's that for a deal?
I like it.
I know, right?
Yep.
Look at that, Lou. So, okay, everybody.
We're getting
the 17th.
Yep.
I'll give you 24 hours. So tomorrow morning by 9:30, if $1,000 hits my 2026 marathon from one person in one whole $1,000 shot, I will get you something signed. I don't know what it will be, but I will get you something signed. How's that?
Okay.
Okay, good. moving along. So though that was exciting. That just got me all charged up. I'm like, oh, that's a good thought. I didn't
Yeah.
even think of that one.
Yeah.
So, I always think Patriot stuff because people always ask me for tickets and people, they're like, if I give you $100, will you get me tickets? I'm like, no, that's $100. No, that's like, I know. It's a big ask.
$100 for tickets.
I know. Well, yeah, because they asked me for, like, and it's never 2 tickets, like 4. Like, first of all, 2 tickets is like $1,000.
Yeah.
And so therefore, if you want 2 tickets, you got to put in. So anyway, here we are.
Just as an irrelevant aside,
Yes.
I just happened to notice ticket prices for the Jets game last week.
Yes.
You could get in for $23.
I know, but not now.
Not
Coming up subsequent games. Have you seen the prices jump?
No.
Oh my God. Well, back in the day before the pandemic, I had season tickets that were in the low bowl, like right on, like, and then I could go in also.
No, this wasn't
the
the Patriots Jets game. It was the Jets game.
Oh, it was just
weekend.
the Patriots. I was gonna say the
Patriots Jets.
You can go to most of the places in the country that are not playing the Patriots or the Kansas City Chiefs for the most part, and you will get in for $25.
Yeah.
But you come to a Chiefs game, which they're out. Or you go to a Patriots game and you're lucky if you don't get out under $5,000.
Yeah.
Between parking, the tickets, the food, the tailgating, and if you stay over.
It's like half parking.
Yeah.
At Gillette.
Yes, unless you there's little ways.
Yeah, I'm not as connected as you.
There's little ways to get around some of that parking stuff. So anyway, so
when I was a season ticket holder,
yes,
$660 for 2 tickets.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have to pay for my season tickets.
Oh,
so
well, you did better than me.
No, I had all my games paid for. Yeah. It was lovely. Yes.
Nice.
And I was in Fred Smirlis's VIP tent. Do you remember Fred Smirlis?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay. So.
And Steve Biasi.
Yeah.
They did the tent.
Yep.
They're still doing the tent?
No. Not since the pandemic. The
Okay.
pandemic killed everything.
Yeah.
Like it's a ghost town where the tent used to be.
The tent was good.
When I drive by, I sort of like have that like rolling tear of sadness of like, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
We used to have so much fun. Oh my God. The big barbecue and the fresh oysters and like, it was crazy. Those were the days. Speaking of that song, very sad that Rob Reiner was murdered.
Yes.
And his wife.
Yes.
Very, very sad. And it's an interesting story that's coming out about like there was, I don't know if you've heard, but there was a fight that had broken out earlier in the day at Conan O'Brien's Christmas party that they were all at, and the son showed up. And then there's subsequent issues that had been going on that day. And Michelle and Barack Obama were supposed to get together with them that night for dinner. It's so weird, like how we are a moving cog all the time, and then all of a sudden you stop and see something like this happen, then you hear what was going on in the day prior, and you're like, oh boy, this is going to be an interesting puzzle. And then Alan Jackson, of all people's, picking up the trial. Did you see that?
Yes.
I mean,
I don't know why, but yes.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like he goes from Karen Reed to the Reiner boy.
He's good.
He is, but it's kind of hard when you have an entire house filled with blood when they found him. Whatever. Well, it'll be interesting. I'm sure it'll be made into some big TV movie.
It was interesting for Janet and I because we have a connection to, I don't know if you heard about the killing in California where the son killed a radiologist and his wife.
Oh, I did hear about that.
Yeah. They live very close to her sister and have a connection. So it's just interesting, these two stories back to back, because when she heard Rob Reiner, she kind of joked about, was it the son? And we didn't find out till literally 20 minutes later, we found out it was the son.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, so it's so funny you say that. I mean, talk about the psychology of like how much, like, because what I do for a living, when it hit the news, not because of what you guys had, but in my head, because he has addiction issues, and I've known that they've had a really hard time with him and trying to like sort of heal him and save his life for many, many years. And then Rob did that huge movie, I think, was it Becoming Charlie? Or
Charlie,
yeah, about his son. But when it happened, before anything even hit, I was like, oh, I bet his son murdered him. Because I was thinking, the Menendez, I'm thinking, oh, there's going to be something. And then it was literally like 20 minutes later, it's like, oh, suspected Nick Reiner.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. Right. So very sad. So, and then Gil Gerard died yesterday what's it? Buck Rogers or whatever. He was 82 years old. He died.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah. I mean, comes in multiples, right? Then there was someone else too. I can't remember now, but
Are you in the it happens in threes or it's reported in threes?
it's reported. Well, I'm more that it's reported in threes,
Yeah.
but we're at 4.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean,
you know,
celebrity deaths always get
right.
reported.
They all get, yes, exactly. So, anyway, so on to the show.
Yes.
Okay. So there's our good, we're catching up because I haven't been in studio.
Yep.
So yay. And it will be interesting going back to that just for 1 second.
By the way, when we get into New Year, can we do a Karen Reed show?
We can.
Do another Karen Reed
We
show?
can. But I was just going to say that when, on the same line, when this comes out and more, this is the kind of stuff that I often teach about. Like
Yep.
one of my nights of teaching about kind of understanding the mindset of people and psychology, understanding like Nick Reiner's mindset. So I'll be doing lots of research over the next however long, and then I'll do a show on like how to understand like the mind of what was going on in
It'll be
him.
interesting because I've seen some clips since
Yeah.
with him on shows and things
Yeah.
like that, and he doesn't seem like you'd look at that and say this is not a guy who's going to kill somebody.
Right. Well, I mean, and a lot of times you don't think that.
Yeah.
You look at someone and think this is a guy who's going to kill someone, or this, right? It's always, the neighbors always say they were so quiet, they
Yeah.
were so nice, they were so gentle, right?
Yeah.
My guess and total speculation at this point is he did. I'm not sure if he was active in addiction. Clearly something had happened earlier in the day. There was a big fight. That's what's been reported at Conan's house, with him showing up and being whatever. Could have been drunk, could have been high, could have been both. They're all, fighting for money, whatever. But here's the thing psychologically, and this is what people have talked to me about yesterday, and because people are fascinated by this, unfortunately. Gun shooting, unless you're overshooting with like emptying a whole clip on someone, guns are very different in murder than stabbing.
Yeah.
And stabbing takes a special extra feeling of something about the person that they're doing that to. And not only from what I hear, it was overkill.
Yep.
So it's knife is overkill anyway, but then overkill, and then both of them. So they had something happen that there was no chance, because he obviously had so much vengeance. Now, people asked me yesterday, well, what could cause that? Well, anger, fury, blind rage, and also drugs and alcohol being totally off his rocker. He could have done that. So we don't know any of that. I certainly don't. But all of those things combined can make that happen. But you can have that without any kind of drugs and alcohol too. That can just be, I'm so angry at you. And there could have been.
You're right, but that's particularly striking.
Yes.
I mean, a gun is an instantaneous decision.
Right.
This is prolonged.
Right.
Sustained.
Right. Because, and then
premeditated.
I mean, even with gun, but it's still like, to go to that excess to kill both people, and also then be completely covered in blood, going and shopping at the convenience store. You see him, like all these things is like clearly not okay.
Yeah.
In his mind, which I'm sure Alan Jackson will probably, my guess is, try to say that he wasn't in his right mind.
Yep.
So anyway, back to what I was going to talk about. People will probably talk about this and it'll be fine. So going into what we were talking about like the reset, renew for the new year, right? And so I was thinking a lot about it, and there's an acronym that gets used by lots of different people in sociology and psychology and people have different meanings for each of the letters. But I have often used the RISE program in my mind. And it's a program that other people have created for themselves, but I have done my own version of it. And so when I talk about RISE, the way I use RISE is that when we're going into the new year, like I've always said, it's not to start fresh, while other people are really being like, I'm just waiting for 2 more weeks and I'm just going to start new. And that's when I'm going to put everything right. Again, I don't think that's always the best plan. It's psychologically researched to death that that's not your best plan. We should not just have like truncated moments of start, stop. We should just keep moving forward and stacking our wins or accumulating, the commodity of each thing. And so RISE in this case is going to be, for people to remember from me, is that you're going to reset, integrate, stand out, and evolve. Okay, so you're going to reset, then you're going to integrate, then you're going to stand out, and then you're going to evolve. So it's very much like a CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy kind of mindset. It's a mindset about how to switch and flip your mindset into a space of, okay, really, how do you reset? You have to think about how to reset. And people think of it on a broad term, and I think about it on small terms. So rising up is really about resetting yourself to a mindset that is about um, you know, acting small on big things.
Yeah.
Right? So important. Do not think that you're going to have great success, no matter if it starts in 2 weeks or today, with having a big thought and then trying to act big, because that's the whole concept of I want to lose 30 pounds in 4 weeks, right? It's think big, but act small, because it's the small acts daily that accumulate to get to the big goal. And that's what I talk to my athletes all the time about, is stop looking at the outcome goal. The outcome goals, if you set the process in motion of the reset and your mindset is right, and you go into this next this century, that too. If you go into this next year with the mindset already in place today of, I wake up every day and I'm reset with not 10 to-do list,
right,
2, maybe 3 tops. 3's a lot. 2 priorities for your day, because your day starts you. The way you start your morning sets you in motion for the remainder of your day, the remainder of your week, because that's how it starts. So if you get into that sort of, I call it a keystone habit. It's not just my term, but many people's terms, but it's a keystone habit of waking up in the morning with already having your 2 things for the day that you really want to have as a priority. When does that start? It doesn't start that morning. It actually starts the night before, because you're already in the mindset of, how am I going to set my day up tomorrow? And that has to do with, is it you're trying to get a new job, you're trying to attain weight loss, you want to get better health, you want to eat better, whatever it is, you're starting it the night before.
Financial health, like we talked about last week.
Health, right, all these things. But it really has to be about resetting your mindset to that. And a big part of that also, and I don't think I've talked about this in a while, is your vibe attracts your tribe. So if you have a mindset that tends to be in the negative, and it's not like, Eeyore all the time, but just that kind of sort of run of the mill everyday people that you see and hear about, kind of like negative and positive. But if you have that, and you are surrounded by people that, soul suck you, or do any kind of, I call them contrarians, right? You say something and then they have to say, well, did you think of it this way? But it's not in a good way. It's usually like, I'm one-upping you to think it's better to do it this way, or they're not even listening to you because they have their own idea, and they're just chiming in.
People who confront everything.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So if you, and then just negative people around you, right? You're, keep in mind, in the reset mode is, and I think this goes along with the year of you too, your vibe attracts your tribe. Whatever your vibe, whatever your energy is in your reset mode on a daily, going into your next day, going into your next year, if your vibe is shit, you're going to attract shit. If your vibe is in between, it's going to have in between. If your vibe is about good boundaries, being upbeat, having extroversion of like going out and setting yourself up for small, sustainable and just small sustainable things every day that will make a difference in your life as just good things, your vibe is going to attract a tribe that's like that. And you should find people around you, even if they're ethereal out in the world, that celebrities, if you look up to, or teachers that you look up to, or someone in your business world that anybody who has a vibe that you see as a really good uplifting thing, or someone in financial health, right? If they have that good thing, capture into that vibe, reset your mindset into that, because that sets you up for such a good start to another year of you that's going to have more progress. And it's really kind of clearing out the cobwebs in your head to get it right. And so I get a lot of times people will say, well, I can't get rid of anybody in my life. No one's saying get rid of anybody. It's about valuing your time, valuing your mental energy to really lock in on your own mindset of, is this person helping me, or are they an asset or a deficit? Are they if they're deficit, how do I limit back how much time they're around my goal setting? Because I talked about the SMART goals.
Yep.
Are they getting in the way? Are they holding me back? Because in a reset mode, you really have to take an evaluation of who, what, where, when, how is impacting your brain. And so it goes back to, in your reset mode, if you think of nothing else and you remember nothing else I've said about reset and mindset, just go, your vibe attracts your tribe and who you want in your life, because we need people in our lives that help us move forward, not soul suck us.
Yep.
And get us stuck, because then we feel stuck because we feel we can't move forward because somehow they're in the way, and they are, because people will, crabs in a bucket, right? Yep. So there's the R, the reset. And once you kind of get that mindset all reset and at least working on the reset, then you start integrating. And how do you integrate? That's the goals. That's being able to sit down and write down 2 or 3 goals that you have that are they're not the big thing. We know the big thing.
Right.
Like, here's the big things. I want to lose weight. I want to start a new business. I want to go to a new company. I want to change relationships. I want to get married. I want to get divorced. I want to have children. We know the end goal. Outcome is not it. It's the integration is take your mindset, and now how do you make your small and sustainable goals? Small, sustainable goals. Integrate them into your daily life. Mm-hmm. So that's the keystone habits. Are you going to go? So a keystone habit is waking up every day and making your bed. Yep. Is that right? A keystone habit is making sure that you eat healthy every day. And those keystone habits, once you start integrating them into your life, it's like a linear chain, even though psychology and physical health and life doesn't go linear. We want it to be as linear as we can so that we get our sidetracks away from us and pull us in tighter so that we get focused and stay the course if we really have something that we want. And people more and more really want things, but they keep saying, but. Yeah. But. So we're going to take the but off the table and we're going to put the and in. I really want that. And today, I'm not going to let this thing get in the way of me going to the gym. I'm not going to let this thing get in the way of me eating healthy. I'm not going to let that person soul suck me today. I'm not going to engage things. I'm not going to respond to those things. I'm going to do this, so you're very clear on how you are going to be for you. So that integration piece is, okay, now what goals do you have? We already did the SMART goals. So how do we now baby steps in? Small action on big goal. So it's just basics, go to, 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the gym. Yep. Replace your chocolate cake with, with no dessert that night, yep. Whatever it is, and I use those examples. If you want financial health, did you put any effort into not necessarily maybe putting money aside today because you didn't make any, but maybe did you look for 10 minutes spending on tracking like where your finances are? Have you downloaded a financial app? Have you downloaded your bank accounts and start loading it up for your taxes if you have like a Schedule C and you're in business for yourself? Or do you have a way of putting more money into a 401k? Did you do your envelopes? Like, these are all such important, but you have to have it with that reset of the mindset first to go into the integration.
And you have to be aware that how you get here to the situation you're trying to rectify is small steps, mm-hmm. is daily commitment to it, mm-hmm. in a negative, unintentional and in the negative, but it didn't happen overnight. It mm-hmm. happened as a result of a chain of events and a chain of actions. Right. And often people will say, like, how did this happen to me? And on a daily basis. And I say, this has been a long walk into the woods that you didn't pay attention to. Yep. That's what it is. Yep. And then people say, well, how long is it going to take to get out? I said, well, it's not going to take as long to get out as you got in because you're going to be more aware. But if you lack awareness or you blind yourself that you're doing that, then you're going to walk in circles in the woods. Yeah. Because, the breadcrumbs weren't laid. That you just walked in. So now you've got to figure out the path out. And you can't do that in 2 weeks. And right. I'll get people to ask me that, like, well, do you think like a couple of weeks? I'm like, no, like in a year or two. And they'll look at me like a year or two. I'm like, if you work diligently on the reset of your mind and how you're going to plan this out, small little steps, take small action, stay sustainable, small, sustainable,
then, and we talk about it weekly or bi-weekly, and you keep to yourself around this and you really stay strong, that you see the goalpost and stop moving it and keep it there. Yeah, maybe a year or two.
Yeah.
Some people more. I mean, I've had people that did it in 6 to 8 months, big changes. But most people take, I would say, 3 to 5 years sometimes more. I mean, it just depends.
But the progress, when you make progress, it accelerates you. It motivates you. It accelerates you.
And that's the thing. When you have the reset and you integrate, it goes right into how you will stand out. Because to your point, that third piece, the standout, that's like you're standing up, you're making movements. It accelerates you because you see that, oh my gosh, my mind, my thought process and how I'm setting myself up every night for every morning, following this path, looking at the end goal as not a thing, but mostly what my day-to-day is to get me to those points. And then really standing out by saying, this is what I want. This is, if you're not vibing with me, then you're in my way. Not being mean, not being cruel, not being cold, more like I need to be in a space where I can get accelerated for people around me to help get me there. And it can be that's where you see, like, if you emulate like business people, or you emulate people that are successful, and you measure success by not necessarily money, but you can, or just by being, working for oneself or having freedom more financially or doing those things. It's about emulating people who vibe with you and having that energy of excitement, and you get accelerated from that.
Yep.
The more you do these front parts of the R and the I, you just get the standout of you is much bigger, because what it does is it gains you confidence. And people lack confidence. I've seen such a decline in confidence over the years here, especially since the pandemic. I was seeing it obviously before, because people have low self-esteem. We're a culture of low self-esteemers. But, and I've definitely seen, when I implement this with my clients, the change in confidence is huge, because they see and they acknowledge, which is a huge part of this, see and acknowledge your wins, see and acknowledge your accomplishments, and that you do not have to have some big, lofty like award on the wall, or someone looking at you every day saying good job, because that's just going to get you stuck. You have to do that for yourself. And when you see, wow, this is working, and I have clients tell me all the time, oh my God, it's working. I feel it. I can see it. Oh my God, you wouldn't believe. And those are the wins for me, because I'm like, yeah, because you're following the plan. You're following
along those lines. Correct me if I'm wrong. It seems like this is the societal problem is we see ourselves as victims.
Yes.
We don't have any control over our outcomes.
It happened to me. It happened to me. Right. Instead of asking, what am I going to do?
I don't have any control over it. And once you establish that you have control over your outcomes, that's so empowering.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's that whole thing is like, it's the victim mentality. Yes. And people are so lacking awareness that they do it. But when they say, and I have so many people say to me, why did this happen to me? Why does this always happen to me? And my answer is always like, well, why are you allowing it to happen to you? Yeah. And I'm no different. I have to ask myself that. I don't ask myself like, why does it happen to me? That's a foregone conclusion in my life of how I got.
No, but you have to remind yourself that you have control over your outcomes.
Right. I remind myself constantly that I have choices. And when I make a choice, there's a consequence or an outcome or a thing that happens, and I don't have to do that. And if I stay my boundary and I stay my course, things change. And that's excitement, because that's acceleration towards the goal, right?
It's empowerment.
It's empowerment. It's having a sense of, not an illusion of control. It's the concreteness of my confidence and my ability to stay in my small sustainable movement is going to get me where I need to go. And my vibe is going to continue bringing me a tribe that's going to be loving, kind, supportive, uplifting, all those things. When in the mindset that isn't like that, you're surrounded with people that Eeyore you and Eeyore with you, or are Eeyores and bring you into Eeyore.
Yep.
Right. So you have, okay. So reset, integrate, stand out, which I can talk about more next week as well, coming into the new year, because people, even though they shouldn't be in the mindset of, oh my God, it's going to be the new year, we should really be in a different mindset. And then evolve. This is the CBT part. It's like capture, challenge, change, my 3 C's. Those are my 3 C's, right? You capture a thought, you challenge it, and then it changes. Evolving comes automatically when you have a good reset, when you have good integration, and when you have the standout ability with confidence. Evolving happens. You evolve because you change. Your energy just pulls you forward.
Yep.
You ascend to a different like level of mental health, physical health, and because you are working on your keystone habits, you're working on making sure your vibe is energetic and uplifting. Now, that does not mean you're trying to be perfect at all. Be mindful of that, because people are like, oh, that sounds so perfect. No, it's not about perfection. It's about staying true to, are you doing your setup at night? Are you getting your priorities in the morning? Are you practicing your keystone habit of eating healthy, going to the gym, or whatever that is, or putting your money away, applying for new jobs, creating a business for yourself, writing a business plan, whatever it is, are you staying true to it? Integrating good people into your life, getting rid of toxicity and getting rid of the old stuff that gets in your way and gets you stuck, and then standing out, because the more you do it, the more confidence you have. So now it's going to come, that getting through the forest and getting out to the other side is going to come much faster. And the evolving of who you are spiritually, psychologically, financially, vocationally, familially, socially, those things on your wellness wheel are going to be so much better. And you don't have to do a reset of the year starting January 1st. It's already there.
Yep.
Like, just do it. Go for it. Be excited and have it with that energy vibe, because you can do it. And if you don't have one single person around you to help you, that should be a key that this is the plan for you. Because there's people that don't have anyone around them that support that, because that's not in their game plan. You know, why should you have better than what I have? So I'm going to suck you down into the bucket like the crabs.
Crabs in the bucket. Yep.
Right? Just rise. So I love that acronym. Those are the way you'll see, if you go online and look up the rise, you'll see probably 50 to 100 different ways psychologists and sociologists talk about it. But over the years of doing this, that's how I see it. And that's how I utilize it in my life, is rise to the occasion, rise to your moment daily. Don't rise to the occasion 5 months from now.
Right.
Rise daily and do it for you, because you deserve it. So in the year review, you're going into the reset, renew of the new year with not something new. You're coming in with just a more evolved you. So the whole year that I've been doing year review is to get you to an evolved spot so that you can really manifest more for yourself. And that will give to other people too, right? Because you get what you give, and sometimes you get what you don't want. And when you don't want that, you got to get rid of that.
Yep.
If you're getting something that you don't want and it's not good for you, well, bye. Toss it away, send it away, walk away, whatever, go away. Just go away. So I will talk more, because we did front load this with lots of other conversation today, all relevant, but still.
Yep.
But I would love for people to kind of take that into next week. I will be having a show in studio next Wednesday on Christmas Eve. So we will have, maybe I'll come in wearing like a cute little like reindeer ear or something.
Nice.
I know. Maybe some little jingle bells and lighty blinky things.
Let's do it.
Right? You do it too. Will you do it too? Come on, Lou.
If you bring me antlers, I'll wear them.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And then you have to show yourself.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Next week, everybody tune in. If you don't care about watching me, great. But you'll get to see Lou, because people say, what does Lou look like? So you'll get to see Lou next week if you want to see.
With antlers.
And I'll either bring you, I have Jingle Bell cat ears.
Okay.
I could try to find a Christmas one that's Glinda or
whatever.
Or Elphaba, but I haven't seen those yet. And a reminder, New England Patriots Foundation, my 12th marathon for the Boston Marathon training. It's April 21st this year of 2026 coming. I have to raise $12,500. 120 of you today, if you could give me $100, but for one person that gets me $1,000 today, I will get you something signed by Ariana and Cynthia in the next 30 days.
I like it.
I have to give myself a window, but it's a challenge. We'll see if anyone, I give you till the 18th at 9:30 in the morning to drop $1,000 into my beautiful fund going towards
wicked for good.
Yeah, wicked for good.
Yep.
Right. So thank you guys. And I will see you next week, and go out there and finish up all that holiday shopping. And for everyone celebrating Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah.